Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We are here for another Car is the Star, and I don't know, I mean, this was a celebration of American cars and everything American, but it's turning into a bit of a muscle car love out. So we're here looking at the Dodge Charger RT 426 Hemi 1968. Yeah, I'm really getting into these muscle cars, I tell you, they're really fun. So this one's made by Dodge in 1968. It was a road car, and it's from the United States of America. Excuse me, who said that? Engine code is Hemi 426. It's a 7.0 litre V8 that produces 425 brake horsepower. It's got a 4-speed gearbox, is front-engined, and is a rear-wheel drive. This weighs 3,979 pounds, or 1,805 kilograms. Wow, heavy boy. And its top speed is 124 miles per hour, and its performance points in Gran Turismo 7 is 489.03. The dimensions of this bad boy is 5.283 meters in length, 1.946 meters in width, and 1.346 meters in height. So it's a very long car. The Dodge Charger RT 426 Hemi 68 is a classic muscle car produced by Dodge. It first appears in Gran Turismo 7 as part of update 1.40, replacing the 1970 model from older games. This true 1960s muscle car is the envy of collectors everywhere. Introduced by Chrysler in 1966, the Dodge Charger is among the standard bearers of the muscle car era that dominated the American car scene in the 1960s. While many other muscle cars were based on compact class platforms, the Dodge Charger utilized the larger chassis of the mid-sized Dodge Coronet. The Charger could easily be recognized by its stretched two-door fastback silhouette, but what made the car really garner attention was its large displacement V8 engine. In 1968, when the Charger received a minor facelift, one of the most exciting additions was the introduction of the RT, Road Track Performance Package. The RT increased the performance of the car by way of an upgrade suspension system and better brakes, as well as the option to get the more powerful 426 Hemi engine. The 426 Hemi is a 7-litre V8 developed from Dodge's NASCAR race engines. It produced 425 horsepower and 489.7 foot-per-pound of torque. The Charger RT 426 Hemi was the fastest model in the 1968 lineup, able to reach 60 miles per hour, approximately 96 kilometers an hour, from a standing start in under 6 seconds. It should come as no surprise that the car has since become a collector's item. Even if you weren't around to experience the muscle car boom that dominated the American automotive scene in the 1960s, I bet your heart must have skipped a beat whenever you saw one of them in action in the movies or on TV. The 1968 Dodge Charger is one of the great masterpieces of the American muscle car. The 1968 Dodge Charger is one of the great masterpieces of the American, what is it repeating itself? Muscle car genre. The body styling alone is enough to turn heads. The twin diamond shape of the profile is one of the trademarks of the 68 model. And of course, you can't have a muscle car without any muscle. This Charger is the sportier RT grade, but on top of that, it also houses the 426 Hemi, Mopar's most powerful engine option available at the time. If you're building a muscle car collection, this is one car you can't afford to miss. And if you do want to become a collector, in Gran Turismo 7, this turns up now and again in the Legend cars for 158,000 credits. And I think it's been in a few films. I think like Bullet, it was the car he was chasing. I think it was Big Dom's car in Fast and Furious 9. And what I know it mostly from is those crazy cousins Dukes from Dukes of Hazzard. And after the whole PP dilemma from yesterday, I didn't download a livery. I did find one that apparently had the flag of Georgia on top, but it very much didn't look like the flag of Georgia. It certainly didn't. I think it looked like that hate symbol. You get a week's ban from Gran Turismo if you use it. So we stayed safe and stuck with the livery that I bought it with, and you can just pretend it's orange with the number 1 on the side and good old boys playing in the background. It's a cracking car, and I am getting really into these muscle cars, I must say. But yesterday's car, the Chevy, was absolutely blinding. It really was. The tail was sticking out. She was cracking to drive. This car was fun to drive, but its suspension very, very soft. It felt like it was almost floating. And the gears are so weird. It's a 4-gear box, but the first 3 are pointless because they just come straight through them. It's like it must be like they had what do they call it, drag racing in mind with it, because it's 1, 2, 3, we're out of those gears and just sat in 4th for ages. So yeah, the gearbox is quite weird, but it didn't take anything away from it. I just very, very rarely, well, when I used 2nd, it was like for a millisecond, and then I'm back into 3rd and then back up to 4th. So yeah, gearbox was a bit strange, but it wasn't terrible. The car didn't feel as fast as the Chevy yesterday, but I mean, it's got a lot of power in there, so it may well be. And it was fun to drive, but I didn't feel like I could really push it. I didn't want to push my luck with it, because it was I think if the back end slid, I would have lost it. I think the longer the car, yeah, the less chance you've got a good way of sliding it. I was trying to drive it sensibly instead of yesterday, where I was just doing it on purpose, hanging out that back end because it was just fun. So I gave it a good go. I haven't got a clue. I mean, it's going to be in the PP 500 category with the other car yesterday, so I think it's got quite high PP. It really should be aiming near the top, but the actual drivability in the corners, I had to slow down a lot more than some of these other cars, so that might have cost it. We'll see if grunt is better than feeling. So that's the Charger, Dodge Charger, what is it? Come on, Dodge Charger RT 426 Hemi 1968. Buy one, handbrake, lovely. So it's 5th in the PP 500 category, just behind the Porsche 911 Carrera RS 73 and ahead of the Ford Sierra RS a 500 Cosworth 87. So yes, the Dodge Charger RT 426 Hemi 1968 got an 837.544, which is about 3 seconds off the Porsche, and woof, about 3/10 ahead of the Ford. Hey, get the Ford and the Charger, the Sierra and the Charger on track together, see how it goes. I think the Sierra would win hands down if it had a couple of corners. So yeah, I enjoyed driving it. I'd say go buy one. Why not? Oh, you may as well. What are you going to do? Do all the things that YouTube likes, because YouTube like you to do those things. So if YouTube like it, then we like it. Okay? Come and join us in our Discord at the Virtual Racers Club. You're always welcome. I think the sign up now for 2.5's done. That train's gone, lad. You missed it. But come in anyway. Come and set some races up between a Ford Sierra and a Dodge Charger. See how it goes. I don't think there's anything more. I don't know. I feel like this has been a quite quick bit. Okay. Tooroo. Peace and love. Peace and love.